High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
It's a Thursday night showdown and one of the best rivalries in New York State as the Chaminade Flyers and the St. Anthony's Friars take center stage on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Today's game is sponsored by Catholic Health. And we welcome you courtside. He's Rob Anderson. I'm John Perez. And Rob, this is going to be a fun one here today, and there's a lot at stake for this game. Chaminade, though, comes into this game. They've already clinched the regular season, so they don't have much to play for other than bragging rights against St. Anthony's. But for the Friars, with 2 games left in the regular season, they've got a lot to play in terms of playoff seeding.
Yeah, absolutely. The Friars have a lot on their plate. You know, they're going to be up against Trinity. There's a big logjam there right behind Chaminade. Chaminade kind of playing with house money tonight, but definitely wants to keep some momentum and just keep on rolling into that playoff situation.
Yeah, and, you know, as you take a look at Chaminade over there, what a fantastic day it was at the office to be a Dillon the other day. Specifically, Devin Dillon leading the way with 25 points. He is one of our impact players along with his brother Kyle Dillon. And what a pack punch that those two bring to the table.
Kyle, an absolutely tremendous season, high scoring. Last game got bottled up. Looks like the game plan is going to be to try to bottle up Kyle. But Devin, big brother, stepped in there, put up a ton of points, and increased that points per game significantly, over 13 now, catching up to little brother Kyle.
Well, the one thing about Kyle Dillon, too, is he didn't have his vintage game, but he contributed in other ways.
He did. He contributed a lot at the foul line, and he did a good job defensively, but he was perfect at the foul line that day, and he creates space for his teammates.
Okay, so that's the Flyers. Let's shift over to the St. Anthony's Friars. And their 2 impact players today, it's going to be Nick Vu and Tom Schneider. And not exactly what the Dillons bring to the table, but a lot of scoring punch out of Nick Vu, and Tom Schneider does everything else but score.
Yeah, Nick Vu is a dynamic player. One of the top 3 scorers on the team, averaging 9.9 a game. Tom Schneider, a fun player to watch. He's the kind of the guy that stirs the drink. Coach said that he can rely on him to play both ends of the court. He counts on him to call some plays out there and dictate pace. He's a tough player. It's going to be fun watching him today.
Okay, so if Chaminade is going to come in and continue their rough shot season over the rest of the Catholic League, how do they continue that pace? We'll take a look at our keys to the game.
So for Chaminade, they don't want to force their threes today. They know they can knock them down. This is a team of Steph Curry's. Get out in the transition, rotate defensively, make sure they're moving, making St. Anthony's uncomfortable. For St. Anthony, they got to contest all those three-pointers that they don't want them to force. Get the ball to the open man, win the battles on the glass. So they're counting on their big men to bring down the rebounds offensively and defensively for St. Anthony's. But this might be a game of threes. St. Anthony's ready for them.
So we touched upon it earlier, and let's take a look at the standings. 2 games left this game tonight, and then the regular season comes to an end on Tuesday. Chaminade has locked it up. But when you look at Holy Trinity and St. Anthony's, it's actually the third-placed Friars who have the game in hand against Holy Trinity. They own that tiebreaker. So for St. Anthony's, it's simple. You win tonight and you win out against Holy Trinity on Tuesday. You lock up the number 2 seed. Rob, as a coach, how important is that for St. Anthony's?
It's an incredibly important game. I mean, when you get that seeding, everything matters. Home court advantage, having the fans behind you, being used to your environment. So for St. Anthony's, a big hill to climb today. And I don't think Chaminade's going to take the foot off the gas pedal, but they do have an uphill climb.
Yeah, and there's Dan Feeney, the head coach, and said that was one of the goals coming into this year, was locking up the number 1 seed as they look to win another NSCH SAA title, as Chaminade comes in against one of their rivals in St. Anthony's. And, these have been pretty close games between these two programs over the last 5 meetings, so we'll take a look in a second. But, Feeney said that his team has done a good job keeping emotions intact, but when you look at these last 5 meetings, it's been pretty flyer-based.
Yeah, it's been very flyer-based. Outside of that game on February 11th, it's been Chaminade, but this is what Chaminade has been doing. Like you said, Coach Feeney, we saw it in the last game, the composure he brings to this team, the experience he brings to this team. They don't get rattled very easily, and we saw him pull that team together in what was a tight game, and then they pulled away in the fourth quarter and blew the doors off the game.
Which was the opposite of the Valentine's game this year, where Chaminade had a 30-point lead at one point over the Friars, but St. Anthony's pulled their way back. It was only a 12-point loss. Either way, for St. Anthony's, they know the task that's in front of them. And for Chaminade, just looking to go to 10-1 in conference play. They locked up the number 1 seed and want to build momentum, as it should be a fun one here today. It's Chaminade, it's St. Anthony's. It's all coming up next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
And we welcome you back to South Huntington as St. Anthony's and Chaminade locking horns here on a Thursday night. As we get ready for the starting lineups, let's take a look at the starting five for the Chaminade Flyers. Rob Anderson, and we talked about the two Dillons in the open. I thought the unsung hero, although he had 23 points, Cam Elliott was exceptional Tuesday night.
Yeah, Cam was singing. He was burying everything. That three-point range was absolutely incredible. He found space. And then the other two, you got Big Joe Nouse pulling down rebounds. He put up some points as well. And then one of my favorite players to watch on this team, Richard Gunther. He's the energy bunny. He's out there moving around and getting things done, playing a great defensive game. It's a great starting five for Chaminade.
5 seniors on the Chaminade roster, 3 of them in the starting lineups. As Chaminade comes in at 16-6, 9-1 in conference play. So that's the Flyers. Let's meet the Friars. A little bit undermanned this evening, but either way, in a rivalry game, you never know what can happen. And with so much at stake, we'll take a look at the starting five for St. Anthony's. As it'll be Vu, Taylor, Ben Valentino, Tom Snyder, and Connor Maddox. And really love the 2 forward set.
Yeah, absolutely, John. 2 forwards up there. Like you said, Connor Maddox also averaging 9.6 a game. He's been one of their top scorers on this squad. Valentino, the guard, plays good two-way ball, able to get back defensively and contribute offensively. And then James Taylor Jr. averaging 7.8 points per game. He can contribute offensively as well. Hopefully it's enough to get through those injuries, and we'll see how St. Anthony's responds.
Yeah, it was going to be a game-time decision for Kevin Moore, who is dealing with a lower body injury. Spoke to the trainers, and he's good to go. A late switch for the Friars, as it will be Moore in the starting lineup wearing number 11. So a correction there for St. Anthony's, as good to have Moore back. And there you see Sal Logano, and certainly happy to have one of his guards, Kevin Moore, back, averaging 10.5 points a game.
Yeah, he's absolutely one of the most important players on this team, so it is nice to see him out there. And that also shows you, John, how important this game is to St. Anthony's. An injury like that's not going to slow them down today.
Chaminade in the road reds and the Friars in the home whites. Officials tonight, Kevin Harrigan, along with John Amato and Mark Oppenheimer, as St. Anthony's owns the opening tip. St. Anthony's has lost 4 of their last 5 to Chaminade, including the NSCH SAA final last year. That was the David DeBuscher show, and he led the way for the Flyers to capture their second straight NSCH SAA title. Do a reset on the clock, and
yeah, referee Harrington trying to figure it out at the table, get the clock set up, and see where we are. Looks like it'll be inbounded. Maddox going to get the ball for the Friars.
And so after the momentary pause, they took 7 seconds off the clock instead of the 3. So either way, St. Anthony's will start it off, and Snyder picked up to Vu. He's averaging 9.5 points a game, 16 points in the loss to St. Mary's. Floater, Kevin Moore, welcome back to the lineup as Kevin Moore gets the first bucket of the night.
Yeah, Moore doing a really nice job there, asserting his body on Kyle Dillon. Give him a little bump, let him know that he's there, and then drains the bucket, and the first on the scoreboard, St. Anthony's.
Meanwhile, Chaminade, they want to get Kyle Dillon going, upset at the rim. As Kyle stuffed again. Tough night, only 6 points in the win over SJB. And how about Nick Vu? What a start. 5-0 Friars out of the gate.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play by Kevin Moore to get that rebound and dish it out to Vu, and then Vu puts up that 3 with ease. 5-0.
That's Devin Dillon, the senior, loses the handle, and St. Anthony's takes over.
Yeah, St. Anthony's looks like they're ready to go, coming out with a head full of steam.
statistically, Chaminade the best offensive team in the league, but St. Anthony's doing a good job on the defensive stats. To the cup, it's Kevin Moore, and he sticks it. And Moore with his first 2 buckets, he's got 4 of the 7. As the Friars with a big lead early on.
And again, Moore really physical, getting to that net.
Elliott strokes into 3 and banks it in.
And that's what Cam Elliott was doing all night long on Tuesday night.
He's been averaging 19 points a game over his last 3. Taylor accelerates and puts it in. James Taylor, the junior out of Freeport, 11 points in the loss Tuesday night to St. Mary's. A great athlete. One of 3 two-sport athletes. He, Kevin Moore, and Xavier Bala all moonlight on the basketball team and playing for the football team. 1 and done for Chaminade. Kyle Dillon misfires.
Yeah, and it's going to be Connor Maddox bringing it the other way. Off to Moore. Moore now in possession, and they're slowing it down. I'm really impressed with the physicality of St. Anthony's right now.
Errant pass. Snyder scoops it up. Finds Vu, cuts to the basket, and scores.
And they are on fire, and look at Vu get back defensively right after that bucket.
Vu with 5 of the 11, and it's Elliott. Picked up by Moore. Devin Dillon attacks, walled off, flips it. Now catch and shoot. Off the mark. Offensive rebound, Kyle Dillon. Frees up Elliott on a 3, bingo.
Man, Mr. Automatic over there, Cam Elliott. And nothing but net twice on those 3s.
You know what's interesting about Elliott? There's so many players that get off to a late start. Elliott is the opposite. Meanwhile, Taylor knocks it in.
They are trading them over here. St. Anthony's, again, just asserting their physicality, hitting 2 3s so far. It's an incredible effort by the Friars.
Elliott, another one? No, sir. Off the mark and cleaned up by the Friars. My point on Elliott was he had 3 threes in the first quarter against St. John the Baptist and then didn't continue to light up the stat sheet till the 4th quarter. Fall away jumper by Connor Maddox, no good. Out of bounds, and we'll stay with St. Anthony's, 34 to shoot.
You know, one of the questions that you always ask yourself, too, when a team clinches, are they getting comfortable? Do they have the same drive? They know they got to save something for the playoffs.
Hook shot by Tom Snyder. Chaminade's seen enough.
And it's a full timeout. Feeney taking a full.
St. Anthony's leads it 16-6 over Chaminade. What a start for St. Anthony's. And while we have a break here, I'll let you know that this winter Varsity Media has partnered with Gipper, the #1 social media content creation platform for athletic programs, coming with thousands of the best social media sports graphic templates, social media automation, AI-powered one-click background removal, mobile app for easy content creation on the go. Learn more today by visiting www.gipper.com. That's got to be a pretty happy Sal Logano, Rob Anderson. What have you seen out of St. Anthony's through the first few minutes here against their rivals?
And let me tell you first about a happy Logano. When that timeout happened, he was grinning ear to ear. He knew the pressure was on. They're playing a really physical game. They're opening it up. They're being very physical offensively, but cautious enough defensively to not get themselves in any kind of foul trouble. So it's been a really good effort. And right now, Chaminade's been a little off. Shots are missing, other than Elliott's 2. It's the only scoring we got up on the board so far. We've hit the rim a few times, and St. Anthony's doing a good job rebounding.
Yeah, Cam Elliott with all 6 Chaminade points, as Nick Vu and James Taylor each with 5, Kevin Moore with 4. Jab step, Kyle Dillon. Joe Nouse. Hop step, no. Offensive foul and a flex. Good job by Connor Mannix to draw the charge, the junior from Wantagh, as Nouse will pick up his first.
Interesting that the first foul goes offensively against Chaminade again. St. Anthony's really putting the pressure on at the moment.
Moore throws up the floater off the heel. And the first rebound of the evening for Richard Gunther, the 6'2 junior from Valley Stream. Coast to coast, no good. Fresh possession for Devin Dillon and the Flyers. Drive inside, denied. What a block. James Taylor met him at the summit.
It looks like Chaminade's trying to drive to the net a little bit more now rather than do their usual three-pointers. Since that timeout, they've been taking it underneath the hoop.
James Taylor had the block. Now the offensive rebound to give St. Anthony's another shot. Mannix. Spinorama. Can't finish. And Vu stepped on the end line. Chaminade takes over. We get our first sub of the evening for the Flyers as Jack Connolly, the senior from Manhasset, checks in.
And he checks in for Cam Elliott.
Meanwhile, Ben Valentino comes on for St. Anthony's, and Connor Mannix goes to the bench. St. Anthony's 16, Cam Elliott and Chaminade with 6. Now trying to spark some offense. Short again. The rims have not been kind to Chaminade.
No, you got to think maybe they shrunk him on that side right now because they've been missing pretty big.
The drive taken away. Connolly, his hand in the cookie jar. Gunther slices, drops it off. 3-ball Connolly. Not that time. Long rebound, out of bounds, and St. Anthony's takes over.
Yeah, last touch Chaminade there looked like it was going to be a clean rebound. But St. Anthony's again continuing the momentum, continuing the pace as they bring in a substitution. And it looks like it's going to be Xavier Bala in for Nick Vu, giving Nick a break.
How about this Bala, the athleticism? We mentioned he's one of those two-sport athletes. He's on the football team. He plays significantly on the varsity football team as a freshman and, of course, is one of the first players off the bench for the basketball team. Moore off the window, too strong. Dillon comes out of the dust. Ben Valentino, active hands, and it'll stay on that end, 31 to shoot.
So that 10-point lead has been hanging there for well over a minute as both teams now struggling to get it in the hoop. But they're bringing back in Nicholas Vu for the Friars. And we know he's got a nose for the net.
Got a nose for the net, but Salagano also says that he's the best defensive player and he'll always go against the other team's top scoring option.
And you can see it in his speed, John. His transition's incredible. Like, he can be under the net, you blink, and the flash is on the other side.
And Rob, as a coach yourself, there's so much that players like Vu do that it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but coaches take notice.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of those guys that you can see pointing, leading his team out there. He's vocal.
And Valentino, they're looking to get more scoring out of him. Misses the triple try. Vu denied. Fresh possession. Vu, second chance. Yes, sir. He swirls it in. And Vu with 8 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's a 13-point lead now for St. Anthony's here in the first quarter with a little under 2 minutes remaining.
Connolly stripped. Vu fighting for the loose ball and saves it. Wow. Nick Vu getting it done on both ends.
Yeah, I thought he was going to fall on it and try to get a jump ball, but instead strips it. Gets stripped the other way, and it's Jack Connolly putting 2 on the board. The first 2 since Cam Elliott's 6.
How badly did Chaminade need that?
Oh, really badly. At least just to test the rim.
A little too much English by Vu.
Gunther loses the handle, but it's going to be last touch Friars. And we're going to get a couple substitutions as Kevin Moore gets back on for the Friars. And it looks like it's going to be Elliott and Liam Gregory, the forward, 6'7" forward.
Yeah, it brings a lot. Yeah, and he brings a lot of size off the bench too, and someone that can get it done on the glass and connects the offense too. And if they try and run a triangle offense, he has a lot of hockey assists as well. Here's Elliott with 6 points, mid-range jumper, no good. Clear out James Taylor. He's got 3 rebounds in the first quarter.
Yeah, and some points. He's doing a good job out there, Taylor.
And speaking to most coaches around the league, they talk about the parity in this league, but they all tip their hats to Chaminade. But how about St. Anthony's?
That was James Taylor. Fire and rain, both sides. Pulling it down and dropping it on the other side.
Nicely done. As Taylor with 7. To the rack, and Chaminade gets the deuce back. It's Devin Dillon, the senior from Bayside.
Cutting that lead down to 11 with 30 seconds left. And they're going to work the shot clock now, John.
That's what I was going to say. Half a second to go, and just to put a bow on my point earlier, in that each team in this league is fearless. They acknowledge that Chaminade is the best on paper and what you've seen in the standings, but I don't think anybody had this kind of start for St. Anthony's. Moore, the teardrop, doesn't get the roll. 3 seconds. Chaminade's got to go. Elliott, catch it, shoot at the horn, banks it in.
And that could be a momentum swinger for Chaminade. An absolutely gorgeous shot by Elliott, who's provided 9 of the 13 today.
Yeah, let's take another look at that as Cam Elliott, like we mentioned, the hot start. Moore can't finish and back the other way. He's looking at the time the entire time, Rob.
Absolutely gorgeous. Like you said, he had his eyes on the clock. He knew what he had to do, and he got it done.
Second quarter coming up next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Rivalry game here, St. Anthony's and Chaminade, and it is the Friars leading the Flyers 21-13. He's Rob Anderson, I'm John Perez, and you know, every school in New York State has off this week due to President's Day, and a good crowd on hand and the cheerleaders rooting on their team, and what a start it was for St. Anthony's too. They get out to a 16-6 run and they don't relinquish the lead.
Yeah, those ladies have had a lot to cheer for so far. You know, that beautiful three-pointer at the buzzer there cut the lead now down to 8, but it was all St. Anthony's in that first half versus Cam Elliott.
Yeah, and James Taylor right there, number 3 in white, doing a fantastic job offensively and defensively. He had 7 points, 3 rebounds and a block in the first quarter. For some teams, that's just their quota. A nice blow to the basket. Devin Dillon's got 4.
Yeah, Devin Dillon there leading in, taking that step out, finding an easy lane to the net. And that lead now cut down to 6.
Taylor skips it. Moore. Touch pass. Vu launches. Can't dial it in, and Liam Gregory gets the rebound. Gregory, the tallest player on the floor by at least 4 inches at 6'7". A tie-up. And they'll send it to St. Anthony's.
Yeah, it looked like Gregory there was looking for a foul. He wasn't too happy when the jump ball was called. And it's Tom Snyder checking back in for the Friars as Kevin Moore is going to start this one out.
Salagano says James Taylor, good IQ, good passer, athletic, and has gotten so much better as the year has gone on. Can't connect on a 3, and Gregory's second board. Devin Dillon snaps it. Kyle Dillon. Connolly into the post. Gregory. And it'll stay with St. Anthony's. But that's what we were talking about earlier, where Gregory extends the offense, and good passer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One too many passes there, but they were moving the ball really well, trying to figure out that perimeter. Maybe thinking Elliott again since he's got the hot hand. But definitely an energy shift since the first quarter here for Chaminade.
Devin to Kyle Dillon, splash.
And just like that, it's only a 3-point lead.
And boy, did Kyle Dillon need that in the worst way. He only had 6 points in the win over St. John the Baptist. He's averaging 14 points a game, but had been on a tear the 3 games prior.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter here. But again, he's going to start getting targeted, and that's what comes with being the high scorer.
Vu in the corner, checked by Connolly. And spins it up top, only 6 to shoot for the Friars. Ben Valentino into the post, a turnover. Good hands by Elliott. And now the Flyers have to get it across the timeline. Open 3, he's got another one, we're tied. Kyle Dillon with 6 points, Salagano's seen enough. as he takes a timeout. And so as St. Anthony's takes a full timeout, let's take a look at St. Anthony's over the last few years and how the Friars have, you know, it's interesting, Rob. This is a team that Sal Logano says is not filled with basketball players, but a lot of two-sport athletes that help out on the basketball team. Hey, not too shabby for the Friars over the last 2 years, including a couple of finals appearances.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting into the final is always a quality thing. Winning in the finals in 2020, 51-47 over Holy Trinity, then the quarters, then the semis, back in the finals, losing to Chaminade, and that's what we got on deck today. This is a rivalry worth watching.
And so what is Sal Logano telling his team now? Because this has not been the start that he's wanted to get off to, and you could even carry that back into the final minutes of the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm sure right now Coach Logano is just basically telling them we have to maintain the pressure, keep things going, do what we do in the first half, and honestly, don't let them open up the ball. Once Chaminade gets that ball moving around the perimeter, they're dangerous, and contain those threes. And definitely do not let Kyle Dillon set up in the corner.
No, Kyle Dillon with 6 points, 6 unanswered.
Once Dillon's in that corner, if they get that ball to him, it's good night, Irene. Cam a little bit more in the center of the court.
Take the guy out of hockey. Can't take the hockey out of the guy. Here's Tom Snyder and Kevin Moore. Moore got off to a hot start at 4 points in the opening quarter. In the post, Mannix. Moore. The drive. Teardrop money.
Yeah, look, you had to look for that three. Decided better. Little deke move. Found a lane. And his Friars back in the lead.
6 points for Moore, as here's Liam Gregory. Gives it off to Naus. Elliott hooks it. Naus. Active hand. Snyder causes the turnover.
Yeah, real good job there. Just getting all the ball and poking it forward as James Taylor's now got it. Moves that ball over to Vu. It looks like the Friars kind of slowing down a little bit, setting up things.
Catch and shoot. Taylor doesn't get the roll. Unkind win for the home team. Elliott leading the way with 9 points for the Flyers. Misses the runner. Gregory, offensive board, out of bounds. And the Friars take over.
Yeah, he did a real good job pulling that ball down. Just a little interference, kind of bobbled it, and the Friars would get it. And now Chaminade bringing Gunther back in the game. He's a big transition player, brings a lot of speed. And on the other side, it's Anthony Lambden bringing some size into the game.
Which is interesting because Lambden's a guy that could get up and down the floor. They'll play him with the smaller lineup because of how he can connect in transition.
Yeah, it looks like he's in there to counter the Liam Gregory effect.
Moore, the drive, left hand, no good. Now it's quickly up ahead to Gunther. Gunther was battling a stomach bug going into the St. John the Baptist game. Well, he gave the Cougars some stomach aches, and as he ails his way in.
Yeah, that was very impressive there. He looked like, again, deked the three, found a lane, and moved. He had a lot of space, though, for the three, but then thought better of it and does what he does well, drive to the net and get the ball in.
Tied at 23. Moore to put his team in front. Too strong on a three. And those open triples that were falling in the first quarter for St. Anthony's has not been the case in the second quarter.
No, they were on fire in that first quarter. Nothing was missing, and now they're getting a lot of rim and not a lot dropping in. A few substitutions here.
Yeah, Xavier Bala comes in for Lambden.
And it was Devin Dillon checking back in for Chaminade on the other side.
And this might be Chaminade's most dangerous lineup when they're small.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys can all hit threes. They can move the ball really well. And the big guy's the one that takes a shot.
Ball was halfway down. Moore going to the deck. And St. Anthony's will take over.
Feeney looking for a foul there. He's pretty upset. And he said, my partner saw it as a slip.
And he's talking to Mark Oppenheimer, who has to hear the complaint. It's not going to change anything, but he'll get an earful.
He'll get an earful, even though he's not the one that made the call. That's how it works out there. They're a team.
Tough pass into Moore. Couldn't corral it. Devin Dillon overshoots his target.
Joe, great help. Hey, great help, Russ. Again.
Are you superstitious, John? You believe in jinxes?
I'm a little stitious.
So maybe I shouldn't say what I'm going to say. Only one foul so far in this entire game. And it was offensive.
All right, well, knock on wood and everyone take out their rabbit's feet. With that said, though, Chaminade, they don't have to be superstitious, or maybe they are. That's the reason that they've been excellent. Take a look at these last couple of years. Lost a heartbreaker to Holy Trinity, but knocked off St. Anthony's last year and beat St. Mary's before. Always seems like Chaminade's knocking on the door to a title.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 years in a row, and they're cruising right now, at least in theory, to another one. But you got to play the games, and right now St. Anthony's giving them fits. And that showdown in 2023 could be the same one we see in 2024 if St. Anthony's can pull this one out today and defeat Trinity and get momentum rolling into the tournament.
Yeah, if they do that and win out, and as does Chaminade, you'll get the rematch. 100% correct. .32 to shoot for the Flyers. There's Jack Connolly to trigger it in. Not a lot of options, and floats it to Elliott. Gunther drives inside, lost the handle, outlet up ahead. Here's Taylor to the rack.
Nice and easy for Taylor. Catches the Hail Mary pass, 2 steps, and in the bucket. Easy layup there.
Taylor's got 9 in the first half, the junior from Freeport. Gunther, nice spin move, he'll finish with the left.
Ooh, that's twice he's done that. They're giving him way too much space up the gut, and he's taking advantage.
Coaching staff got on him about his aggressiveness in the offseason, and it's paid off in bunches this year. He's been a drive-first guard in his junior year for Chaminade, and he's got 4 in the first half.
Yeah, he's not shy. He's certainly an aggressive ball player. And again, great in the transition. He just moves so well through the court.
Meanwhile, the freshman Vala with a new possession for St. Anthony's. Catch and shoot. Taylor off the mark. Long rebound off the tip by Moore. Moore looking to reward his team. Not that time. Elliott taps it up ahead. Dev Dillon, offensive foul. Second charge drawn by St. Anthony's in the first half. This time, it's James Taylor.
Absolutely incredible there. Devin Dillon just mowing him down. And again, this is insane to me. 2 fouls and both of them offensive. How often does that happen in any basketball game? And like you said, Thomas doing it on both ends.
Well, if we're throwing jinxes and superstitions out there, we have not seen a travel yet either.
Yeah, it's been a very fluid game. And again, I don't think it's not the referees allowing things to happen. Oh.
How about Ben Valentino? He cans it.
His first time getting on the board.
Yeah, senior from Smithtown. Drive to the bucket. Reverse layup, no good. Jack Connolly missed it.
Yeah, he was upset with himself after that, but a sweet move getting there.
Bala inside, off the mark. Connolly with another carom. Now it's transition 3, book it.
And that was a beauty by the big man there to tie this game at 28 apiece.
He had a dozen in the win over St. John the Baptist, averaging 11 points per game. And we're tied at 28, a minute to go in the first half. Valentino, another one? Not that time.
Had a good look at it.
Nouse, hoist, can't hit it. And Snyder will slow it down, almost turned it over. Good job by Gunther on the forecheck.
Yeah, excellent job by Gunther on the forecheck.
5-second differential between game and shot clock.
And you notice now Chaminade's trying to get at them a little bit more, putting a little more pressure. Last time we ended the quarter with them just holding the ball.
Good ball movement. Moore Tees it up, right on the money for Kevin Moore.
Yeah, that's Chaminade. You can't give him space like that up the middle.
5 seconds left in the first half. Floater, no good. As Connolly couldn't sink it, Moore lets it go, way short. And that'll do it. It was a fun first half, and it is the home team, the St. Anthony's Friars, with a 31-28 lead over the first place Chaminade Flyers. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll recap the first half and get you ready for the second half. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network. You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable, and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs, or call 516-403-2050. Varsity Media is offering a video folder that you can customize to meet your needs. A photo of your athlete can be elegantly placed in the front panel. Essential statistics with a biography can be printed on the inside panel, and videos can be downloaded and viewed on an LCD screen for as long as 2 hours. The attractive video folder can be placed on a coffee table and instantly becomes a conversation starter. Order your video folder today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click Catalogs, or give us a call at 516-403-2050. You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable, and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click Catalogs, or call 516-403-2050. Varsity Media is offering a video folder that you can customize to meet your needs. A photo of your athlete can be elegantly placed in the front panel. Essential statistics with a biography can be printed on the inside panel, and videos can be downloaded and viewed on an LCD screen for as long as 2 hours. The attractive video folder can be placed on a coffee table and instantly becomes a conversation starter. Order your video folder today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click Catalogs, or give us a call at 516-403-2050. Welcome you back to St. Anthony's High School, and it is the home team, the St. Anthony's Friars, leading their rival, the Chaminade Flyers, 31-28. Alongside Rob Anderson, I'm John Perez, and boy, this has been a fun one here today. Chaminade already locked up the number 1 seed, the regular season champs, looking to repeat in the NSCHSAA. And with that said, playoff basketball around the corner, and not just around the corner, but tomorrow in New York City, as well as we'll take a look at the Brooklyn Queens Championship. Nazareth moving up from the A to the AA. They take on St. Francis Prep. That's going to be a fun one. And then on Saturday, it's the Archdiocesan as Stepinac and St. Ray's lock horns for the 3rd time. And then we got some girls basketball on Sunday from Christ the King. Should be 2 fun matchups. A supper time showdown back-to-back, 4:30 and 6 o'clock. You can watch it all on Varsity Media's YouTube pages. All right, so Rob, we were doing the arithmetic in between the halves, and a good second quarter for Chaminade as they outscored St. Anthony 17-12, especially after that tough first quarter. What adjustments do you want to see out of Chaminade, who trailed by 3?
I mean, the guy with the ball right now is the one that seemed to shift the momentum by hitting that 3 at the end of the first quarter. And they got to try to open up some space, see if they can find those threes out of Elliott and Kyle Dillon, try to set them up to open up that perimeter. But St. Anthony's on the other side, they were knotted up at the half, and it was a big 3 by Moore. So both of these teams trying to get momentum off the 3 to end the quarters.
Cam Elliott led the way for Chaminade with 9 points. And for St. Anthony's, it's been more distributed, and there's the bucket for the Friars and a good start.
I feel like Gunther's just kind of on like a instant replay. Same thing 3 times. Drives right to the net, uncontested, lays it in there, finds the lanes.
6 points now for Gunther.
And all 3 the same way. All 6 points.
Well, and he's a drive-first guy. He gets to the free throw line, something that we haven't seen at all in this game.
Yeah, not a single free throw in the first half.
And why didn't we see a free throw? Because the 2 fouls were offensive.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And speaking with the officials, they've never seen that before.
2 total team fouls, both charges drawn by St. Anthony's. You never know what you're going to see when you come to the court every day.
No, and the way they're playing, honestly, there's no reason to muck it up. Just play the game right now. Both teams have a great pace going.
7, Elliott attacks, can't finish. Snyder the rebound. Snyder with 5 rebounds in the first half, flips it over. Connor Mannix walled off. Spun up top. Vu. Hoist. Not that time. And tracked down by Mannix. Fresh possession for St. Anthony's.
Yeah, Vu missed that one by a good long mark there. Let's see if they try to get Mannix involved. Right now, Taylor still doing it, both sides of the court.
11 for Taylor, and not to mention the rebounding and what he's done defensively. All alone, here's JT Taylor, attacks the rack.
And there it is. Fire and rain, both sides. The second time he took the ball from one end to the other. Not playing nice with the others in the sandbox.
Game high 13 for Taylor, the junior from Freeport.
Yeah, he's been the player of the game so far for the Friars.
Elliott, catch and shoot. What a quick trigger. His 4th of the ball game. He's got 12.
12 points in 3-point increments. Elliott on fire right now.
Deflected, Elliott. Turnover, and then taken away. Boy, James Taylor's had his hands all over this game.
I was just about to say, man, it's
Mannix fouled and won. Kevin Mannix saw the contact coming, And is able to drill the mid-range jumper. And a chance for three the old-fashioned way. So here's Mannix, the junior out of Wantagh. Coming off one of his best games against St. Dom's. Misses the free throw. Vu spots up from three. Not that time.
Yeah, collected his own rebound there, dished it out to Vu, and it looked like he was going to bury it. A little bit off again. But you were saying, man, Taylor looks like he's got Stickum on his hands. Randy Moss over there.
Yeah. That last foul on Mannix was against Gunther, his first, and the team's first of the quarter. Now faces up, driving on Moore, has the size advantage but can't finish. Vu on the outlet. It's a 2-on-1. Vu attacks the basket and scores.
So that speed there by Vu getting down and dirty.
Vu's the second player in double figures. He's got 10. And a foul on the bump, and that'll be the first St. Anthony's foul of the evening. It goes to Connor Mannix.
I guess I spoke too soon.
You just had to say something.
Had to say something. Xavier Bala back in the game. And it's going to be Kyle Dillon inbounding for Chaminade.
Bala provides so much. Only a freshman off the bench. Teardrop, not that time. Offensive rebound and another foul. Kyle Dillon working diligently.
That's going to be against Ben Valentino. I commend St. Anthony's there for trying to shut down that lane on Gunther, forcing him to shoot, and then the foul on Dillon.
Well, Dillon seen by a lot of outlets as the best college prospect, and we'll take another look. And this is what Dillon can do so well. He's just always around the basket and can get to the free throw line.
Yeah, and they did a good job shutting down Gunther as he was trying to find it. And it's going to be Kyle Dillon burying 2 of 2.
Dillon with 8, but someone who has flashes of Mike O'Donnell as well, and it's a score-first point guard and trying to get himself going, but has been a good distributor tonight.
And Tom Snyder back in the game for the Friars. And on the other side, it was Liam Gregory checking in. So the big guys back in the game for both squads.
Now picks up his dribble. Nice feed, but Kyle Dillon misses the bunny. Vu in third gear, weaves his way into the front court. Flips it, Valentino with 3, short. Gregory uncontested on the board.
Yeah, right into his mitts, sends it down court.
And Kyle Dillon again with another miss down low.
Yeah, 2 layups in a row there. And Vu now setting the pace, trying to see if they could slow it down a little bit and set something up.
Kevin Moore, a game-time decision, thrown into the starting lineup, and with 9 points. Here's Valentino, 9 to shoot. Moore and Kyle Dillon. Moore up and under, and he banks it in.
Yeah, he's showing very little effects of a lower body injury.
He's got 11, 3 Friars in double figures. 3 ball, Elliott, yes sir. Why not? It's his 5th of the game.
Best. Yeah, 5 threes. Absolutely incredible. We're seeing flashes of what we saw Tuesday night with that Cam Elliott.
St. Anthony's leads 41-38. Shifted to the corner, and now Moore. Bala attacks and is fouled, and a foul on the floor.
And you saw all of the Friars get up off the bench and just put their hand on their head. They thought that one was going to be a 3-point swing.
Mark Oppenheimer charging Liam Gregory with the foul.
Liam all the way. Liam all the way. Come down the middle. Come down the middle.
Kevin Moore goes to the bench. Here's Taylor returning. Taylor with 13. The pull-up. Short. Bala jostling with Nouse. And they say it was last touched by Devin Dillon.
So it's going to be the Friars with the inbound, and James Taylor looking to find one of his Friars.
2 minutes to play, third quarter. Vu, the kick out. Snyder, ball fake, over to Bala. Seen a little hesitancy out of St. Anthony's.
You read my mind. Vu making a couple of nice little moves, but every time someone gets a touch, they're not looking quick.
Foul late, and the shot clock will go to Jack Connolly as first, and the team's second.
Yeah, Connolly fouling Taylor there.
Moore, after a quick respite, comes back on. As Vu goes to the bench. And a fresh 35 to shoot for St. Anthony's.
More nifty little move there. He's going to bring it to the net and look for a foul. Doesn't get it. Screaming about it.
Devin Dillon causing the disruption. Nouse from the wing, flips it to the corner towards Elliott, out of bounds.
And Feeney looking for a foul. I'm guessing against Moore, a little shoulder contact there. I think he got away with one on the other side, so they're even.
I don't think Feeney sees it that way.
No, he certainly doesn't.
Under a minute to play, third quarter. Low scoring affair, but it's been a fun one. And a turnover.
Absolutely. Back and forth game. Moore there looking for the Chaminade tip. But the officials say, no, we're going to call it the way we see it. And Chaminade will have possession here with 45 on the clock.
There's John Amato with the call. Now, son, hoist and connects. We're tied at 41.
Second three-pointer for the big man. So Chaminade going back to trying to find those threes. And it's been a back-and-forth game here at St. Anthony's.
Nouse with 6. 2-second differential between game and shot clock. Here's James Taylor. And Moore, they play catch. Moore draws a double team. Calling for it back. Nouse gets his hands in there. A kick ball.
And Chaminade's going to get it. This is the third quarter where St. Anthony's had all the time in the world to control the clock. And in the first quarter, they coughed it up. And it was a big three by Cam Elliott. And here they cough it up again with 10 seconds on the clock. Chaminade a little more time to play with than the first quarter.
Devin Dillon with 5. Drives inside, loses it. And it'll stay with Chaminade, 4.5 to go in the third.
He was looking for a foul there that he didn't get. Looked like it was pretty clean.
Jack Connolly to trigger it in. Flips it off to Elliott. Fadeaway 3. Short, air ball. And Bala will let it go. Good if it goes. Short to the right. And that'll do it. After 3, we're still at square one, tied at 41 apiece on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey, it's Isaiah Hartenstein. You're watching Varsity Media.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here for the start of the fourth quarter. A nice crowd on hand, especially with so many families going on vacation this week. But if you're a basketball parent, there's no place you'd rather be.
No, this is where you come. You come out in the cold, and you sit down and you enjoy a game like this. And it's such a well-played game, knotted up at 41 apiece. Again, the Friars had control of the ball with the shot clock 3 quarters in a row. And in the first and third, lost it to Chaminade, and I really thought Elliott was going to hit that third and do a repeat of what he did in the first. but just missed, and it's still tied.
Cam Elliott leading the way for Chaminade with 15 points. James Taylor with 13 for St. Anthony's.
Can't say enough about both of them. Like you said, Cam Elliott 15, all by way of threes. And again, James Taylor, both sides of the court, 13, but my goodness, defensively, more valuable.
Nick Vu with 10 points, 1 of 3 Friars in double figures. Snyder towards Moore, intercepted. Devin Dillon to the basket, and a foul by Moore. Chaminade wanted a little bit more on the foul from Kevin.
That's a good foul. It looked like Devin had nothing but space.
Take another look. Chaminade wanted it to be intentional.
Well, it was. It was intentional. I don't think it was all that bad of a move there.
First personal to Kevin Moore and first of the quarter as Chaminade goes in front by 1.
So we'll see if Dillon makes him regret it.
Splits the pair and the road team with a narrow lead over St. Anthony's. Moore penetrates, throws it up, off the mark. Kyle Dillon out of the fray. Snaps it to the wing and tries to receive it back, but the ball's deflected and he scoops it up in the backcourt. Seems like St. Anthony's is camped out in every passing lane this evening.
Yeah, they're doing a really nice job intercepting those passes.
Dillon doesn't get the roll. Devin is off the mark.
Chaminade was in a similar spot Tuesday night versus St. John the Baptist with 3 really close quarters, and then they blew it out in the 4th. Coach Feeney still keeping the A squad out there, so 8-1 clinched. Doesn't matter. They're looking to put a W in.
Kyle Dillon. 1 and done on both ends.
Yeah, a little short there. And Moore taking his time over the half there.
You could hear Sal Logano off mic, and he's screaming to his team all game, constant movement, constant movement. And this has been the Friars version of the Princeton offense.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and a couple of them huffing and puffing out there. But, oh, boy.
Connor Mannix blows the house down. He knocks in the 3, and St. Anthony's goes in front by 2.
And he had, I think, 2 points up until that point, so that's a big 3 there for him. With 6 on the clock, and both teams with a lot of timeouts.
First travel of the ball game. Now's called for Happy Feet as the Flyers give it away. And a couple of substitutions as Elliott and Gunther return.
And the starters are all back on the court for Chaminade.
We mentioned the importance of this game for St. Anthony as Mannix collects his own miss, denied. Nouse with the swat.
Really nice job there by Nouse to make sure that he didn't get it, but still in control, St. Anthony's.
Well, ricochets off the foot of Nouse and will stay with the Friars, who, with a win today and a win over Holy Trinity on Tuesday, would lock up the number 2 seed going into the tournament.
They're going to be a team to reckon with regardless.
Team that's been dealing with injuries. Of course, Chris Welling, their normal starter, the senior from Bayport. He's out of the lineup and not sure what the timetable is on him. Catch and shoot, Mannix 3, bullseye.
And Mannix has woken up 2 threes in a row there unanswered. And that's the difference at the moment.
St. Anthony's by 5. Here's Cam Elliott.
Well, if anybody can match a 3, it's going to be that young man.
Pass deflected. The drive inside. Gunther, no, but a foul. And that'll go to Vu, his first.
Interesting. I thought it was going to go to Mannix, but Vu also making contact there under it. And I think they figured out to clog the lane now on Gunther after they gave him a few easies.
First trip to the free throw line for Ricky Gunther. He's an 87% shooter from the charity stripe. And dials in the first one. Now with 7.
Yeah, with a player like Gunther, you got a choice. It's either give him the lane and see if he gets the layup, or make contact with him, put him to the line at 87%.
Feeney says that Gunther's a student of the game. Could see him as a coach down the road. Hits them both. Gunther with 8, and the Friars lead down to 3.
It's Mannix's 3, the difference at the moment.
Salagano opining for a timeout, and he gets it. As Logano will talk it over with his team. It'll be a quick 30-second timeout, and while we have a break in the action, should have you know that Varsity Media is the home for the Catholic League playoffs this year, both on Long Island and in the city. And boy, it's going to be a fun one in New York City, but how about here on Long Island too, Rob? You've got Chaminade, the top team, and then who's going to knock them off? Could it be these Friars, Holy Trinity, St. John the Baptist? But we'll find out, because it's all coming up on the Varsity Media YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe today. And, you know, I don't think that this game is a whole general statement on Chaminade. We've seen how good they can be, but it just goes to show the parity that we're getting in the NSCHSAA.
Absolutely. They, you know, the other day they had their work cut out for them versus St. John the Baptist. St. Anthony's bringing it to them today. This game could go either way. And again, Coach Feeney now's got all his starters out there. He's thinking W. He's not thinking we clinched it. Let's just give him a little space.
Chaminade came in 16-6, 9-1 in conference play. St. Anthony's 12-9, 5-5. Currently sitting in 3rd place, but only a half a game behind Holy Trinity and a foul on the floor. Remember, this game was supposed to take place on January 16th, so this is the makeup. As the foul goes to Devin Dillon, his 2nd. And only the team's first.
To this point, a very clean game, and that's going to be the violation there.
Yeah, Moore was inching closer and closer to that 5-second count, and finally Amato blew the whistle.
That's a killer. That'll drive a coach nuts right there. In a game like this, you don't want to give away possessions.
Kyle to Devin Dillon. Now it's off a screen. Lets it fly. No good. Long rebound. Gunther trying to fight for position, but it's Vu who comes out of the pack.
Yeah, Vu very composed now, trying to set this thing up.
Moore in 3rd gear, banks it in.
Good job there using the backboard. Nice and easy. And it's a 5-point lead.
13 for Moore. 49-44, and here's Cam Elliott. And 15 points, all of them from downtown for Chaminade. Gets it back. Elliott fumbles it and a foul.
Yeah, that's a really, really good call by referee D'Amato, who didn't have the best look. But it's a great call there.
And that call will go against Connor Mannix, his 2nd, the team's 3rd. Devin Dillon drives inside and scoops it in.
Good job fighting off that pressure there by Tom Snyder.
7 for Dillon as Chaminade goes back into the press. St. Anthony's leads by 3. Mannix up and under. That's how you break a press.
Sensational job. I thought he was just going to drive up there, decides to take it underneath and get it the hard way.
I was going to say Mannix redemption, but then commits the foul. It'll go against him, and that's his 3rd.
Showed some good sportsmanship there, helping up the victim. But 3 fouls now, so Mannix is going to have to keep those hands down. He's getting a lot more physical right now.
Chaminade turns it over on the errant pass. Four Friars with 10 or more points. Kevin Moore, 1 of the 4. 3.5 to play in regulation. St. Anthony's trying to keep that second-place seed alive.
Yeah, a lot of pressure here now by the Chaminade defense, giving them a lot less space.
Good,
paying off.
Good hustle by Moore, but here comes Chaminade. Good ball fake. Elliott, a three. Oh, sir. Offensive rebound. Kyle Dillon. Gunther, the drive. And coughed it up.
Every time Elliott touches the ball in the three-point lane, I take the cap off my pen, ready to write another one in like it's just going to happen.
It's hard not to, and he's got a certain swagger about him as well.
He does. He's cool as a cucumber out there.
Mannix has it taken away, and then Moore steps in. Kevin Moore, 3-on-1 to the basket. Mannix finishes and one.
That's going to be the big man. Joe Now's getting his second foul of the game. Real nice passing there. And we'll get another look at it. Once it's stolen, it's Moore who sends it to Mannix, who buries it. And it's going to be a timeout called by Chaminade right now.
And there you see, because of Connor Mannix sitting on the bench right there. And, you know, Mannix, a junior, basketball family as well. His dad was a taller lefty shooter. Connor, of course, Sal Logano says is better than his father. But you know what, though? The way that he's been playing, it's been his half, and he's really been making things happen in half number two.
Yeah, he got hot in the half. He hit those 2 threes early on and then started bringing some pressure. And I'll be honest, this timeout helps him because he looks like he was getting maybe a little winded down there. He was getting a little more handsy, got those 3 fouls. But a good timeout and an excellent second half there by Connor Mannix, asserting himself underneath that net.
Meanwhile, on the other side, for Chaminade, what's Dan Feeney telling his team on the timeout?
I think Feeney's just going to, again, you know, he brings this calmness to them. He's just going to try to settle them down, show them positionally where they need to be. Defensively, they've looked very good. It's the Friars just outplaying them. And again, I think they're going to go back to some Chaminade basketball and look to set up those threes.
Largest lead of the second half for St. Anthony's. Remember, they led by 10 in the first quarter. And now Connor Mannix to the free throw line to shoot one.
We'll see if that timeout iced him.
It's like a cathedral in here as Mannix misses in the silence.
Yeah, that was like a horror movie. It got dead silent in here. And that's respectful. You got to appreciate that on both sides.
Drive to the cup. Kyle Dillon. His first field goal inside the arc. As he's got 10.
And a quiet 10. You know, he's just been landing them when he needs to.
Taylor. Off the heel. Fight for the rebound. Nouse. 2 minutes to play in regulation. Chaminade needs some buckets.
Out to the big man. Little deke.
Elliott whips it to the wing. Extra pass. Dillon a three. No. Devin Dillon offensive rebound. Elliott looking for number 6, but can't can it.
Yeah, they found Kyle Dillon where they wanted him, down in that corner. They just sent it a little bit long, and then in the hands of Elliott the other way.
No more,
a little short.
No more fouls to give for Chaminade. It's quickly curled up ahead to the basket. Kyle Dillon, no.
Rebound pulled down easily by Snyder. Gets the ball up to Mannix.
1:20 to play. Chaminade, next foul, puts St. Anthony's on the free throw line.
And they're using the clock to their advantage right now. 16 on the shot clock. A minute left in the game.
Chaminade doesn't get the rebound. They'll have to foul. 6 to shoot. Taylor for the dagger. Yes, sir!
Oh, boy. He has been something else today, and what a huge three-pointer there.
Drive to the basket. Gunther keeping Chaminade alive, and Feeney calls a quick timeout.
Gunther answering real quickly there, putting 2 back and trying to even out that three-pointer by Taylor. They gave Taylor way too much space. That clock was being killed down to 2 seconds on the shot clock, and he hits that three. And we've got 43.7 left in this game.
And what's Feeney drawing up in the huddle?
I think Feeney's thinking absolutely he's got to set something up defensively. We'll take a look at Moore. Boots it out to Taylor. And again, Taylor just looked at the shot clock, took his time. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, drains the three. Number 3, scores 3 with 3 left on the shot clock. Bet that number tomorrow.
16 for James Taylor.
Sensational game for him.
Yeah.
Because we can't say enough about what he's done defensively as well. Like you said, at one point it looked like there was stickum on his hands. He was blocking up every lane.
Each team with 1 timeout remaining.
Chaminade again keeping all the starters out, looking for a W. Not taking the foot off the gas.
Here's Moore. Gets doubled. Almost lost it in a whistle.
Oh.
So waiting to hear the call. I think Chaminade should be getting the ball because it looks like Moore stepped out of bounds. And that is, yeah. So Kevin Moore turns it over. Chaminade possession. 6-second differential between game and shot clock.
Yeah, the officials talked it over. And Coach Logano having explained to him it's his call. And it looked like Moore was trying to say, Chaminade touched it last, or I didn't go out of bounds.
To the corner. Kyle Dillon a 3. Bingo.
Oh, wow.
Timeout Chaminade. You can never count out the Flyers, especially when they got Kyle Dillon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, take a look at this, and this was, again, the result of kind of a careless play. It gets put to Dillon in the sweet spot, and he buries the 3. You can't give up possessions like that in a game like this at this point. You know, I mean, I know Moore lost the handle on it, but that's a killer right there, and this game is a 3-point difference at the moment.
And so, you know, we were talking about Kyle Dillon, about he didn't have his vintage game scoring offensively. Tonight, it's better late than never.
Yeah, without a doubt. And again, quiet. Just it's you know, that's a huge, that was a loud shot right there. But it's been a quiet 13, quiet 10 prior to the 13. And we'll see if Coach Feeney's going to try to send them to the foul line now.
You'd have to. There's a 0.9-second differential between game and shot clock. Nobody's in foul trouble. And there's Kevin Moore. It's just a matter of who do you send to the line.
And they're moving the ball real well.
And they turn it over.
Boy.
Chaminade will have a chance to tie the game with 30.5 seconds to go in the fourth.
Gunther checks back in.
It's the Dillon brothers, Cam Elliott, Joe Nouse, and Ricky Gunther. Kyle Dillon, met by Nick Vu across half court. Devin Dillon accelerates, loses it, and a foul on the floor.
And that one's going to go up against Tom Snyder. And it's going to give Devin Dillon a chance to bring this game within 1 with 22.1 on the clock.
So check that. That is the 5th foul. So first free throw's good. Now a 2-point game. And substitutions both ways. Ben Valentino comes on as well as Jack Connolly for Chaminade.
And just a little check on who was in the game for Chaminade for the free shot. All right, so there's a little confusion here on whether or not Connolly should be on the court at the moment. And the officials going to the book saying that there was no time, he couldn't get out on the court. And this is usually where the DJ plays the Jeopardy music.
Well, Connolly did come in after that first free throw, and that's what the argument was. As Kevin Harrington, the crew chief, is confirming it with Feeney. 1 shot remaining, 22.1 seconds left in the fourth. Dillon 2 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. 3 of 4 makes it a 1-point game. And we'll see the press again by Chaminade. Home run pass towards Mannix. Makes the catch. Drives to the basket and a foul on the floor. That's the third team foul for Chaminade, so they've got 2 to give before they put St. Anthony's on the line. We'll take another look.
Yeah, and they said that the foul wasn't when he was going up, so he's not going to get the opportunity to shoot. But Mannix, let's see. Nope, he wasn't going up if that foul was on. The foul was on Connolly, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so he wasn't going up, wasn't in a shooting spot. It's a good foul.
Timeout taken by St. Anthony's. Sal Logano taking a look at the defense, and he'll draw up a new play. But so as St. Anthony's takes this full timeout to talk it over, you know that you're going to get fouled.
Right.
But I'd have to imagine for Chaminade, they'll probably trap and then foul if necessary. Who are you drawing a play up for?
Right now, I think I would probably try to send Moore to the line. That's the guy that you're looking to get, but it looks like he might be inbound in it. So Vu or Moore, I'd imagine, are the guys that he wants up at that foul line. But like you said, this is one of those strategic timeouts. It's going to be draw up the play. And if you notice on both of those opportunities where they could bring the ball in, they were looking to move it. They weren't looking to accept the foul and go to the line. Well, again, Chaminade's only got 2 to give, but we'll see what happens here. And then over on the Chaminade side, I'd imagine Coach Feeney's just thinking, we just need one possession. We just got to pull this thing down and bring it the other way. 1-point game. This can go either way right now.
St. Anthony's led by as much as 6. Now they're hanging on by a thread. Chaminade trying to get the comeback victory.
And 2 unforced errors by the Friars. You know, it was more down low, and then it was James Taylor pushing that ball out of bounds, looking for Mannix, but 2 times the ball out of bounds, unforced.
More to fire it in.
And they're going to go.
And it goes right over to Taylor. It gets bumped right away. 4th team foul, and we'll do it again. As that'll go to Connolly. Jack picks up his 3rd. Thrown into the backcourt. Here's Moore. He's fouled again. And Kevin Moore will go to the free throw line. Trying to make this a 3-point game.
Yeah, it's going to be Connolly's 3rd foul, and he'll be coming off. He did his job. 4th foul, correction. So he did his job. He'll be coming off the court. It looks like Elliott and Gunther are going to return. So Moore has a chance to put in 2 really big shots right now.
And first trip to the free throw line for Moore. We mentioned was a game time decision earlier. Gets the start. Nails the first one as Ricky Gunther and Cam Elliott check in for Chaminade. Still be a 1-possession game.
18.9 seconds on the clock looming.
And the question is for St. Anthony's, if you make it, do you foul Chaminade? But we're not there yet.
No, we're not there yet. Yep, he goes 2 with 2. Maybe let them eat the clock up a little bit. Hope nobody drains a 3.
Devin Dillon with 15 seconds. Flips it. Gunther. Gunther hooks it. Chaminade for the tie. Short. Taps back out. Devin Dillon to Kyle Dillon. Second chance 3. No good. Moore gets the rebound and is fouled. First, Devin Dillon had a good look. Then Kyle Dillon couldn't sink it. And the Friars, with 3.5 seconds to go, starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I held my breath on that one when Kyle had the shot opportunity there. And there it is, that rebound. Moore tucking it in. And it looked like they called the foul on Gunther, but he was nowhere near the play.
Well, that's just all for accounting now as Moore, chance to make this a 2-possession game. Nothing but nylon on the first one. One more for Moore. 4 straight free throws for Kevin Moore, and a last gasp for the Flyers. At the horn, Kyle Dillon, no good, and St. Anthony's pulls off the upset. They knock off Chaminade 60-55, and the celebration is on as the number 2 seed still alive for St. Anthony's.
Absolutely a tremendous win for the Friars, who brought it right out of the gate and never stopped hitting those big shots. At the end, it was more at the line. And Chaminade had their A squad out there most of that game. They were looking to win.
So Kevin Moore doing a good job and in winning time, getting the victory. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll speak to our player of the game right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
When it comes to advertising, are you hitting the right audience? Why waste your time with television or a free print publication that's given out at a local deli? Varsity Media has your back. With a following of over 50,000 and a local demographic ranging between the ages of 18 and 54 years old, it's time to get that return on investment. Plus, here's the best part. Your ad lives forever on our YouTube page. And with a large on-demand audience, it's a grand slam to advertise with Varsity Media. Back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, St. Anthony's with a 60-55 win. We're joined by our player of the game, Kevin Moore, 17 points. And Kev, how's the little water shower feel?
It's cold, very cold.
I'll let you collect yourself in a second, but you know what? I think that's how they cool you off, especially in the fourth quarter. What was working so well for you in the fourth quarter and when winning time happened?
Oh, we kept moving the ball, and I kept getting open looks. I kicked it out a few times, and they hit shots, so opened up the lane. Got down the lane, made a couple shots.
What does it say about the depth of this team, knowing that you guys didn't exactly have that deep of a bench today, a couple of guys banged up, but you're able to knock off the number 1 seed so far today?
The guys that came on the bench were hooping. They played good. We needed energy off the bench, and they gave it to us.
I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the efforts, obviously, of James Taylor just affecting the game through the first 3 quarters. When he's on his game, how dangerous does this make you guys?
When he's on his game, I'm on my game. When he's hot, I'm hot. So we just kept hooping, and he's playing well, so we're all playing well.
All right, so big game against Holy Trinity as you guys are looking for the number 2 seed. What do you guys have to do to keep this thing going?
Just keep playing our basketball. We're going to try not to let them speed us up. Just play.
All right, Kev, I'll let you go celebrate. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
That's Kevin Moore as he wins it for St. Anthony's, a 60-55 win for the Friars, and a happy crowd all around. So that'll do it for our entire crew, for our executive producer, Ben Turchin, Becca Kazak's the TD, Chris Sweeney, our producer, Tony DeMasso and Ron Pierre giving you the moving images. For my partner, Rob Anderson, this is John Perez saying so long from South Huntington. This has been a presentation of NSCHSAA boys basketball right here on your home for New York high school sports, the Varsity Media Sports Network.